All right, from Samasthiti, we'll practice tree, Vrikshasana. Start with the feet together, then bring your right knee up, place the heel along the inside of the left thigh. Press the heel into the inner thigh, clamp in. Now start to stretch your inner leg longer while still staying tall through your midline. Don't let the hips twist. Let's do a variation. Interlock the fingers with the right index finger on top, turn the palms inside out, and stretch the arms all the way up. We'll hold for 5 breaths. Then bring your arms back down. Release your leg. Change sides. Press down steady into your right heel as you bring your left heel up to the right inner thigh. Turn the hips to face forward, but stretch the left inner leg longer. Then interlock the fingers again. This time left index finger on top. Turn your palms inside out and raise the arms. Then bring your arms back down, leg back down, and separate your legs wide apart. Spread your arms out to the side, triangle pose, turn the right leg all the way out, left leg in slightly. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, reach out over your right leg. Press down into your feet, come back up. Turn the legs to the other side. The right foot turns in a little, the left leg turns all the way out. Inhale, spread your arms. Exhale, reach out over your leg and place your hand down. Press down into your feet, come back up. Extended side angle. Turn your right leg all the way out. Bend your knee. Put your hand down on the outside of the foot. Take your left arm overhead. 5 breaths. Anchor through your back heel. Find your Tadasana line. Breathe the spine long. And press your knee back as you pin your right hip in. Come back up, change sides. The right foot angles in a little, the left leg turns all the way out. Bend the knee, put the hand down, arm overhead. Imagine the back leg as part of the spine. Elongate through the tail, into the back heel. Reach past your pinky. Press your knee back as you squeeze your hip in. Then come back up, twisted triangle. So turn your whole chest now to face your right leg. The back foot turns in a little more than halfway. The feet line up inner heel to inner heel. Inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, twist. Put your fingertips down on the outside of the ankle. Now as you inhale, lengthen the tail straight back. Lengthen through the middle spine, crown of the head straight out through the big toe line. Take your right arm up. Loosen your belly and turn your belly towards your hand. Come back up and around. Other side, left hand on your hip, right arm straight up. Exhale, twist. So first, inhale to find your length. As you exhale, turn from your revolve from above the navel and take your arm up once you're steady. Press down into your feet, come back up and around, and let's do the twisted version of side angle next. So I'm going to do this one with the back heel up today. Bend the knee, hook your armpit all the way towards the outside of your knee. You can practice prayer hands, or if you have the availability to turn and lengthen, you can hook the armpit and put the fingertips down on the floor. The back leg lifts. I lengthen long through the middle spine. Once the arm goes up and I spin the navel, the right arm goes overhead, as long as you can keep your right hip pinned in. And come back up. Pretty invigorating. Change sides. Bend your left knee, hook your armpit. Once you're steady, the arm can go up. And as long as you can keep your left hip hugged back and in, you can take the arm all the way over. Come back up. Parallel your feet. And step your feet together for a moment. And we'll take Prasarita Padottanasana. Separate your feet wide apart. Hands on your hips. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, open your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Fingertips down. Inhale, flat back, reach your heart. Exhale, head down. Walk your hands back, Prasarita A. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands onto your hips. Come up. Prasarita B. Roll the shoulders back. This time the hands stay on the hips as you tip forward again. Notice the tendency to twist on the feet. Press down the center of your heel. Pull up from above your knees. Let the pelvis tip and the head drop. Then press down into your feet, come all the way back up. I'm gonna use a strap for Prasarita C because my shoulders are super tight from surfing. So I take my hands shoulder distance apart to help to rotate the shoulder. Otherwise, if I clasp the hands, the shoulder rolls in. It's probably too much information for you. Just clasp or use a towel, whatever works better. Fold forward, tip from the hips, let the head drop. All right, last one. Drop your strap or unlock the hands, hook your big toes, stretch your chest, and then bend the elbows out to the side, head down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hands to the hips, come back up. Step to the front of your mat, mountain pose. Then grab a hold of opposite elbows behind your back or take reverse prayer if that's possible. Turn the shoulders and open your chest. Step your right foot back about 3.5 feet. Spin yourself to face your right foot like we did for twisted triangle. The back heel roots. Inhale, lift your chest, open up. Exhale, fold forward halfway out over your leg. Pause, pin your right hip back. Then the navel goes in, the head goes all the way down. Press down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way back up. Turn yourself to face your left leg. Change the clasp of the elbows. Roll your shoulders back, chest open. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward halfway. Pause. Then navel in, lengthen all the way out over your leg. Reach down into your feet, come back up, and step your right leg forward, mountain pose. Stand tall, but not rigid. Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Bring your right knee up, take your right big toe. If it's too much to grab your big toe, again, you can use your friend, the strap, or towel, or t-shirt, whatever you got. Then if possible, stretch the leg straight out in front of you without tucking under. It's more important to me that this thigh stays back and you keep your mountain pose line from your head up over your ankle than if this leg gets straight or not. If you got enough luck though, you might be able to straighten this leg. 5 breaths. Then open the leg to the side, stand tall, 5 breaths. Bring the leg back to center. Now take the strap or foot in both hands and bring your head to your shin. And release. Change sides. Take your left leg up. Then open to the side. Still stay tall through your midline, try not to sink to the right. Bring your leg back to center, strap or foot in the hands, and stretch. And release. In preparation for Baddha Padma, you're going to take the right ankle over the left knee, hands to prayer, stand tall. Start to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. If possible, lean forward until you can tap the elbows down to the shin. If possible, set the fingertips down. And come back up. We'll cradle the leg, if possible. And bring the heel towards the hip crease. Then if you can hook the foot into the hip crease, wrap your right arm behind, grab a hold of the forearm, or grab a hold of the foot. Release your foot and stand tall. Other side, cross your left ankle just above your right knee. Hands to prayer. Start to sit back like you're sitting in a chair. If possible, tap the elbows down to the shin. If possible, set the fingertips down. So I would say that if you don't have enough mobility to do this one, that the next one will be a little too gnarly on your knee joint because you don't have the opening on your hip. So I'd recommend just practicing that one. But if you got the fingertips down, then you can practice cradling the leg, bringing the heel towards the hip crease, and wrapping the arm behind, maybe even grabbing a hold of the foot. All right, and release that. Stand in mountain pose again. Stand tall at the front of your mat. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Step back into down dog. Step your right foot up to your right thumb. Adjust your back heel for warrior one. Raise your arms up. Externally rotate, lift your chest, look up, touch the palms. Then lean your chest out over your right knee, palms still together, pin the right hip back, and step back to dog. Step your left foot up, turn your back heel, come on up, warrior one. Lift the chest, palms together, bend the left knee. Lean your chest right out over your knee, press the palms, preparing for warrior three. Keep the length as you reach through the hands, keep looking at your thumbs. And step back to down dog. All right, then from down dog, set your knees down. And we're gonna practice doing a few things to build strength for Shirshasana. So for Shirshasana or headstand, we need to have strong shoulders, strong core, but also the flexibility from the standing postures. All those standing postures that we just did need to be coming with ease for you to have the flexibility to get into a headstand. All right, so we're just gonna do a couple of strength things before the headstand. So interlock your hands, elbows down under your shoulders, and come into plank pose. So we're gonna practice strengthening the core and stretching the legs. Then take side plank, roll onto the right, outer right foot, left arm up. Change sides, left arm down, right arm up. Right arm down, and hold. All right, then set the knees down. Okay, so to practice headstand, when you're first learning, you just want to be putting a little tiny bit of weight on your head. Mostly it's the arms that's going to hold you up. So I'm going to show you the preparation, how you should practice holding. You're going to practice holding for 30 seconds. So I interlock the hands. Ultimately, I would prefer if you have somebody look at your form before you try this, if you're new to trying this pose. All right, so the forearms press down, the inner armpits turn forward. Set the crown of the head down. Then I curl my toes under, I lift my knees up. I don't let the upper back round, the back of the neck is free. I'm gonna see if I can walk in without the upper back collapsing onto the neck. I stay lifted, so lifted that I could just bring my legs up. All right, then come back down. So after you get comfortable practicing just holding yourself in that position, the way I'm able to float my legs up is because I practice just holding and getting the opening from the standing pose, getting strong enough. Okay, So the next thing that we're gonna practice is handstand. So if you're really into trying to learn a handstand, I'd strongly suggest checking out, shameless plug, but no, I'm not gonna take the whole hour and a half that it would take to give you a whole handstand workshop, but I do have that on my website, yogawithtim.com. It's called the Handstand Course. It's a real complete guide to learning handstand. I recommend checking that out. But in the meantime, we're just gonna practice making an L shape at the wall. So to do this, I measure myself a leg's distance away from the wall. Then I turn around. I put the heel of my hand right where my toes are. All right. The hands go shoulder distance. Turn the inner arms, lift through the wrists. Then one leg at a time. Still keeping the control of the spine from headstand. I step one foot up at hip height and then the other. If I have a lot of flexibility in the hamstrings, I could straighten the legs without the back rounding. But if you're not very flexible, you might just work with the knees bent. So this is the bent knee position. You're welcome to just hold that instead. All right, then come back down. Good, now let's work on our back bend. So we'll do a couple things to open us up for back bending. Or is that tomorrow's video? Heck, let's just do one last thing. So with your right foot forward, just to cool down from those inversions, with your right foot forward, left knee down, lunge, take a breath, and then start to sink deeper as you exhale. Change sides. Right knee down, left foot forward, and breathe. And then release. All right, great job. You're ready for part 3 of the 3-part series. So check out tomorrow's video. Well, if you can't check out tomorrow's video, then I highly recommend trying day 11, which was the restorative day. To do the restorative day to finish off this, that would be a great way to finish this off. If you're following the day by day and you don't know what to do next, try that video. All right, thanks for watching.